After a bit more than half year, we're back in Barcelona at the latest edition of the Integrated Systems Europe, happening here at the beautiful and modern venue of Fira Gran Via, circling the halls in the hunt for the best products and companies in the smart home space. We really love the setting here at this venue. If you have to sit down and do some work, organize a meeting, or just relax a little bit, there are plenty of options available. Many exhibition venues could learn from the team organizing this event here at Barcelona. With the last edition still alive in our memories, we're a bit surprised by how many people are attending this fair. Looks like the beginning of the year is the best time to scan for new products and business opportunities. We've talked to everybody here and selected some interesting companies which we have not featured in our reports to date. Ready? Some here. So, let's start at the beginning. The KNX Association. By creating, constantly developing and maintaining the KNX standard, they've been laying the foundation for work of hundreds of manufacturers, hundreds of thousands of system integrators, providing comfort, energy efficiency and security to millions of KNX users worldwide. Let's go ask them a couple of questions. Hi, we're here with Jesus Arias, Membership and Business Development Manager at KNX Association. Hi, Jesus.
Hello, thank you for visiting our booth.
Lovely to have you with us, and we also love to be part of the KNX family. But tell me one thing, why doesn't my mom know about KNX, and what are your plans to change that?
Well, even my mother doesn't know about KNX, right? And I have a house with KNX, but she doesn't know about Android either. I don't think she needs to know about Android. I think she needs a smartphone, right? So I have the same vision or understanding about homes. My mother doesn't need KNX. My mother needs a smart home. So I think we need to enable the market for that people to get smart homes with KNX.
So you need the features, not just a couple of letters, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
In the past, we've seen KNX expanding into the retrofit with KNX RF and recently with KNX IoT. So, what is the future vision of KNX standard? And are you going to compete also with Matter and other wireless standards on the market?
Well, to start with, monopolies are not healthy. So I think competition always keeps you on your toes. So yeah, we all compete. Car manufacturers compete, and we are not different. So we also compete with other technologies. Right. I was very happy to we have a live event yesterday with our members, and we told them we have a beautiful ecosystem. What we've been doing for more than 30 years, with twisted pair and radio frequency, and now we expanded the ecosystem into the IoT direction in the right way. I mean, with a solid set of specifications and with the company supporting the developments.
So KNX manufacturers can finally look forward to doing some retrofit projects as well, huh?
Obviously, and that has to be part of the roadmap, yeah.
Okay, what about the more immediate future? What do you have in the pipeline, like in the short-term future? So, like, what can the system integrators and KNX users look forward to?
All right, so this year, and we can witness here in this show, ISE 2023, we already see our members adopting the new IoT technologies. We have two branches. One is the API server approach, so it's native data from the KNX project into this standard API server. And we can see already a few members offering this new feature. That means that the companies on the IT industry can develop their applications to work with KNX without KNX knowledge. We did a workshop yesterday with a few companies from several countries, pure software developers, no knowledge about KNX, and they could develop their applications to work with KNX. So that's the ultimate goal, right? That we can expand the KNX into this direction and to bring more companies to work with KNX.
What about the second branch?
Well, so the API server approach, first important branch. The other branch is the KNX IoT devices. So natively designed over IPv6, but with the core philosophy of KNX. which is vendor independent and which is interoperability. We have the best interoperability in the market, and with ETS software being capable of configuring these devices as well as the existing ones.
We are really looking forward to this future. Well, Jesus, thank you for all the answers. Thank you for taking your time, and have a great fair.
Yeah, thank you for coming, for visiting, and please have a look around the booth and you will see all these novelties.
Thank you.
Thank you.
After the talk with Jesus, we wanted to know more. So we're going to the booth of Cascoda, a semiconductor company that also developed the KNX IoT Point API open source software stack, along with the development kit and the associated thread border router. Okay, so we're here with Bruno Johnson, the CEO of Cascoda. Hi, Bruno.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm pretty well, thank you. And you?
Good, perfect.
Okay, for my first question, we've been listening about KNX IoT for a while now,
yeah.
But this is the first time that I can actually touch something. So,
yeah.
Can you tell us more and present a little bit your platform?
Yeah, perfect. So Cascoda was contracted by the KNX Association to write the open source KNX IoT stack. So we know the standard and we know the software inside out. This is now available on GitHub and GitLab. So you can take a look at it now. What we've done is we've integrated KNX IoT into our products. So we have a router here, which provides Ethernet, Wi-Fi, and thread connectivity. And what KNX IoT does is it brings the KNX connectivity using the same semantics and the same data models over Internet Protocol connectivity. So for the first time, we can get true, scalable, wireless connectivity and use the building's IT infrastructure to carry KNX data.
Okay, nice. Thank you for this explanation. Actually, you already touched a bit on my second question, which is like, is KNX IoT gonna make the KNX standard more scalable?
Absolutely. The great thing about Internet Protocol connectivity is that it is seamlessly scalable. It uses IPv6, and there are so many IPv6 addresses out there, more than the stars in the galaxy. So, this is infinitely scalable. And with the thread protocol that we support with Cascoda's thread certified module, which I'll show you here, we can build networks of thousands of devices within one space. So I've got a little example here I can show you, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So we have our router, as I mentioned before. Each of these development kits contain our radio, and we have some programmable switches, two clickboards interfaces from a company called Microelectronica in the Czech Republic, a variety of connectivity options. At the moment we're using USB for convenience, but we have UART and various power options up to 30 volts. And we've built a thread network, so this network is self-managing and massively scalable. It's highly resilient, so if devices are dropped off the network will reconfigure itself without any management requirement at all. So this builds the thread network automatically. KNX IoT is put on top of that on our module. And we have two lighting units here. These are PWM controlled lighting units. It's a small LED on here, but equally the PWM signal could go into, let's say, a Meanwell lighting controller and control large banks of commercial lights. And you can see, if I press the button, you cannot perceive the time. So this is wirelessly sending the signal, and the response time is less than 100 milliseconds. Incredibly fast. And of course we can add more advanced functionality, so with a long press on the button, the LED gets brighter, and then another long press on the button, the LED gets dimmer, and then quick turn off. Once again, this is incredibly secure. It uses the latest IETF specification for internet security. So the communication between this device and this device is carried through the network by the other devices, but they cannot interpret or understand the information. The information is decrypted at the endpoint. So we have true end-to-end encryption, including through the router and even through a proxy, let's say with an MQTT server to a cloud, there is no decryption that takes place. It's end-to-end encrypted. And that's the reason why KNX is such a trusted brand. It takes security, trust, reliability incredibly seriously. And that's the reason why KNX is using national infrastructure, embassies, airports, and so on throughout Europe.
That's exciting. And last question, how do you see KNX IoT, compared to other wireless standards on the market today?
Sure, well, KNX IoT is a perfect product market fit. It's been designed specifically for building automation and home automation. As I mentioned before, it fulfills the security requirement. It's incredibly trusted, so it's not tied into any one vendor ecosystem. You're not forced to use any one vendor cloud system. You can run up your own server in the cloud, and you can get the trusted KNX IoT connectivity yourself. So it is a lot smaller than most other IoT protocols because it's using the latest standards, and it's built on the very efficient and very well designed KNX IoT semantics and data models, which of course are extremely well known, extremely well trusted, and it integrates perfectly with the existing KNX tooling. So the tooling from KNX, such as ETS, which has tens of thousands of trained installers all over the world already, works with KNX IoT, or even mixed between KNX IoT and other KNX standards such as Twisted Pair, KNX Classic. You can have perfect interoperability, and this is seamless from the integrator's point of view.
That's really, really awesome. I can't wait to see some cool products on KNX IoT base in the future. Bruno, thank you for taking your time to explain this to our viewers, and I hope you have a great fair.
Perfect, thanks very much. It's been wonderful to be here in Barcelona, wonderful city, tremendous reception for KNX IoT, and I wish to thank KNX for making this such a great event.
And thank you.
Thank you.
AirZone is a Spanish company dealing with one of the more complex devices in building automation, air conditioning units. A lot of integrators we know are saying their jobs got much easier and more enjoyable after they started using AirZone products. So let's see if there's something they have to show to us. We're here with Laura Risop, the product and communications manager of AirZone. Hi, Laura.
Hello.
We heard that you recently supported Z-Wave and Zigbee on your modules to make the retrofit easier with AirZone. Can you maybe shortly present these products?
Yes, okay. Yes, we have a range of products. IDO is a simple gateway to connect in the unit to control system, different technologies, different protocols, okay? And we see that in Z-Wave or Zigbee technologies, there is no device to control using the manufacturer's protocol, the manufacturers of the in-the-unit protocols. There is no device to control with bidirectional communication the in-the-unit. So you can find devices to control the unit with IR, okay, with infrared communication, but there is no with communication. So we are expert in our system. We control the in-the-units with the manufacturer's protocol, and we have developed the Z-Wave gateway and the Zigbee gateway for that, to make easier the integration of this kind of units in Z-Wave and Zigbee networks.
I think that's a very good move. Hope you have a lot of success with this product. And another wonderful novelty that we notice is that you supported third-party thermostats like Nest to control your ADO devices. Yes. So my question is, what other types besides Nest of thermostat are supported, and will this functionality also be available at the I do KNX module at some point in the future.
Okay. Yes, we have integrated some third-party thermostat, smart thermostat as they call, like Nest, Honeywell or Ecobee. We integrate cloud to cloud of this third-party thermostat to our AirZone cloud to control this kind of in the unit. Yes, and we are not thinking on integrate this kind of thermostat in KNX because I do KNX. It's not a Wi-Fi or it's not connected to our cloud. I do KNX is a gateway, a KNX gateway to the in the unit.
Thank you. I understand. Okay, the last question. I know that AirZone is already planning to support Apple Home. But what about Matter? Do you also plan to support that in the future, or what are the AirZone plans for the future? What can we expect to see from AirZone in the future?
Okay, Apple HomeKit, maybe you know well that is.
I know a little bit.
It's a difficult process to introduce in the devices this kind of integration, but I think with Matter they have put easier the process, and all our devices are prepared to support Matter. So yes, it is in our plans to do it during this year to integrate iDo Pro with Matter, and also the rest of our control systems.
Great! Can't wait to see the release of those devices. Well,
yes.
Laura, thank you for all the answers, and have a great fair.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the interview. Thank you.
Hey, look who we just bumped into. It's Bastian Elsner. Hey, Bastian.
Hi, how are you doing, Satya? Good to meet you.
One question?
Sure, go for it.
We were looking for the Elsner booth like all over the fair, but couldn't find it. So what's up with that?
So yeah, this year we decided to not participate in the ISE because we're still evaluating if this fair is the right place to go. But that's exactly why I'm here, because I want to see all the new innovation and all the new things KNX IoT especially came up with. And see, probably we're going to be here next year, but we're still in the evaluating stage of ISE.
We are at the same stage. Okay, Bastian, thanks for the answer, and see you later for a beer, huh?
Yes, sounds great. See you around, Satya. Until next time.
Next, we are here at the Faradite booth, a British company that, in our opinion, offers one of the best price-performance ratios on the market. Their lines of sensors and capacitive touch panels has been making us all happy for many, many years. And now they're entering the KNX market. So let's take a closer look. We're here with Matt Amberson, Faradite's sales director. Hi, Matt.
Hi.
We are very excited about Faradite announcing the KNX support. And the first product we want to take a closer look at is 360, your super small KNX compatible motion sensor. So when will that become available, and what makes this sensor so special?
So this is our motion sensor 360, and this is going to be available next week. So directly after the show, we'll have this available. It's a very, very small sensor, as you can see. It's just a 35mm cutout and a 49mm visible front plate. There's a brightness sensor built in, and obviously a motion sensor. It's a digital motion sensor with coverage of around about 5.5 meters when it's installed in a 2.5 meter high ceiling. Has some incredible features such as day-night mode, push-button interoperability, master and slave functions, everything you'd imagine from a kind of best-in-class KNX motion sensor on the market.
So we can finally do KNX lighting automation with Faradite.
Absolutely, it's going to be available next week, and you can do everything you'd imagine from a KNX sensor.
Thanks for this presentation. You also announced the KNX support for your tap touch panels.
Correct.
So could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so our KNX offering will also extend to our switches. So alongside our dry contact and volt-free switches that we have available, we'll also be launching a KNX coupler. The KNX coupler will have a temperature and a humidity sensor built into it as well. So this means you can do temperature and humidity reporting to the KNX bus to be used for room temperature control and everything else you'd imagine. Alongside the launch of our KNX coupler, we will also launch these amazing metal finishes. So these switch plates are actually solid brass. They're machined out of 8mm solid brass and finished in one of these 4 finishes we have available. The KNX sensor will also have what's called our halo light. So the outer edge of the switch, as you can see here, is illuminated. And on the KNX one, we also have status lights. So if we were to turn on this circuit here, we can see just that outer edge illuminates to let you know the status of the circuits that are attached. There's 5 control areas here, so 5 push buttons, essentially a 5-gang switch. And we advise the middle button here as being room on or off. So that's kind of, even if you have a house guest or a member of staff who comes into the building and touches that middle button, it's going to turn the room on or off. Then these outer 4 areas can be used for kind of discrete commands, so certain lighting control or blinds up and down. All 4 finishes will be available when we launch the KNX switch, and this is due to be launched around the middle of the year, so 3 or 4 months time, our range of OR switches will be available.
Wonderful product. So for the last question, can you tell our viewers where they can come to look at your cool Faradite product next?
Yep, so if you go to www.faradite.com, you'll see all the information about our products, all the technical information, blogs, case studies, everything you're going to need to know about Faradite. www.faradite.com, head there, you'll find everything you need.
Can't wait to buy your new products and try them out. So, Matt, thank you for your time and a lot of success with the show. Not to repeat ourselves, we wanted to skip Basalt this time, but we can't. Let's just go ask them what's new. Okay, you already know Domian from our Light and Building report. Hi, Domian.
Hello.
Just one question. What's new?
Yeah, well, we are introducing our new Alto speakers. It's a new addition to the Alto series. So we already had our active speakers that we can see over there. And now we have freestanding, full option speakers. That's called the Alto F5. So the F stands for freestanding and full option a bit as well. And it's a new addition that has a lot of advantages. It has its subwoofer built in. So at the bottom we have a two-array subwoofer system, so it's acoustically balanced, and we add 2 mid-woofers and a tweeter on top. So we have actually the full sound, we have the full sound experience, again in our nice-looking design, with the same finishes of our switches, with nice-looking fabrics on it, and yeah, just another product that people can fall in love with.
And we are already in love with it. Thank you for the presentation, and see you on the next fair.
Absolutely, great talking to you.
Well, that's all, folks. We want to thank all the participating exhibitors, the KNX Association, and the city of Barcelona for having us. Hope you liked the report. Welcome to comment, share, and follow our channels in the future. Adeu!